Girija, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you read the poem
Yes,
once
sir.
again? Uh,
Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. It would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt arms, ants. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. If we were not so single minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I'll count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go.
is whiteboard visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the question to Nitin. Nitin, can you hear me? Nitin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you read what is shown on your screen? Question. I have written one question on the screen.
What does the title of the poem suggest to you?
Good. So can you tell me what does the title of the poem suggest to you?
Sir, it suggests us that for a moment we
Hmm.
should just stop with all the worldly activities
Hmm.
and look into ourselves, or what do you call introspect, and you know think more about our purpose in life, and what we are here to do, and yeah, so something like that.
Yes. Correct. Correct. Rajat? Rajat?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with Nitin or do you have any other opinion?
Sir, I agree with him, sir.
Anything you would like to add?
No, sir.
Right. Okay. So what actually this poem is, it's a kind of a connection with the last prose lesson, the rat trap seller. In the rat trap seller lesson, we understood that the whole world is a rat trap, a kind of a rat trap, and we are all got or get trapped into this rat trap because of three baits: money, beauty, and wealth. So in continuation to the same thought, here in keeping quiet, he says one more thing. People in powerful positions, they try to harm each other, or people who are having a lot of controls in their hand, they try to control also. So it is also in one way human being is causing problem to other human beings. So let me explain the poem in very quick so that you can understand the poem. Then afterwards, if you have any doubts or any questions, you can ask me. This poem is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me explain. I'll take maximum 10 minutes time to explain this poem briefly. Now all of you listen properly. The poem begins in this way. Now we will count to 12 and we'll all keep still. So here the Pablo Neruda suggests us to remain calm and quiet for 12. What is this 12? It can represent the 12 months in a year or 12 signs in a zodiac. So now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. Still means we will not move ourselves. We'll sit in a place and we'll maintain calmness inside and out. Now he suggests one thing in this next stanza. For once on the face of the earth, like we speak like for heaven's sake, listen to me. Likewise, he's telling, for once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. So he suggests us not to speak any language. The reason for that is language divides people. So let me tell you that people who are from different language background, they may not feel comfortable to speak to other people who are from different language background. So language is also one of the barriers which causes differences among human beings and which divides people also. In India, the first formed based upon linguists, I'm based upon language is Andhra Pradesh. So Andhra Pradesh was the first state which was formed on the linguistic basis. basis or linguistic basis. So people divide or people get divided even because of the language. In continuation, let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. So he requests us not to move arms. It is not arms he is talking. He is talking about weapons we use with our arms. So even our arms are also considered as the best tools. So we use weapons to destroy others. So in the first stanza, he says or he requests us not to speak in any language and not to use our arms. That will bring a kind of peace and tranquility and a kind of a brotherhood it develops among human beings. So that is about the first stanza. Now if you move to the next stanza here, it would be an exotic movement without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a certain strangeness. You can easily understand this expression. Before COVID-19 lockdown, Bangalore city was known for the severe traffic jams. People want to move from one point to another point in Bangalore. They used to struggle a lot during traffic jams. We had a very infamous traffic jams in Bangalore city near Forum Hall. All those places are known for traffic jams. So we all have experienced. Now we imagine if there is no traffic on the streets due to COVID-19 lockdown and due to this kind of problem, there are very less number of people are coming on roads and they are using less number of vehicles. So when we go on roads, naturally we find generally we find very roads, but when you go these days, you can find roads are open and you can easily move from point to point in Bangalore without any kind of difficulty. So here let us come back to the poem. It would be an exotic moment. That means it's a kind of a great moment, blissful moment, without rush, there is no traffic, without engines. Now why poet use these engines is, engines represents or reflects or symbolizes the industrial development. So when there are no industries, and when there are no rush, what happens? We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. That means if people stop unnecessary production, causing unnecessary damage to this planet Earth, we'll get some time and we can sit together, and that will be very much useful for all of us physically as well as psychologically. Now moving to the next stanza, he says, fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Why he mentioned fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales is, whales is one of the most important species, and human being is capturing the whales to extract some kind of oil and some other kind of things from this whale. So they are doing business. Maybe my statistics may not be very accurate, but I could remember once I read every day 6 million metric tons of live fish human beings are collecting from the oceans. So you can understand what kind of that means how large scale human beings are exploiting the sea life. So he requests fishermen not to harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Now here what actually the poet wants to say is, a man who is gathering salt means a person who is working maybe 18 hours a day or 24 hours a day to earn money, more money and more money. So they may not be knowing why they are earning money and what is the purpose of earning money beyond a limit. So he asks everybody, that means a man gathering salt would look at his hurt hand. What generally we do when we are trying to earn money and more money, and when in the process of becoming super rich, we neglect so many people in our life because a lot of damage to environment, and most importantly, we lose human emotions. People who become rich are people who become more, they can't act like a normal human being, because if they act like a normal human being, they can't sustain their power or they can't remain rich in their lives. So he says that people who are earning money without any reason, even though earn money, but whether they are enjoying their life or not. So he is questioning those people, and he says that those people who are desperately trying to earn money more than what they require, they should stop that work. So moving on to the next stanza, those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. So as you are, most of you are from the defense background, you can easily understand this stanza. Poet says that people who wage war are people who involve in creating rivalry or animosity between two countries, and when they go for war against each other, wars with gas, bioweapons, wars with fire, and victory with no survivor. What will happen when two countries go on a war? There will be lot of loss to human. There is loss of property. There will be so much of problems. So he requests those people who prepare green wars, wars with gas and wars with fire, but they should always remember that their victory comes with no survivors. So such kind of people would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. So he requests those people who are involved in this war to understand that wars won't bring any kind of change in this world. They should stop doing such kind of things. But he says that they should do nothing. But he also says, what I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Don't think that poet Pablo is suggesting us not to do anything. He is not suggesting us not to do anything. He says that what I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Now he starts philosophical way of giving us guidance. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. If you are not single-minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. So he says that life is what it is about. We cannot change life. Whatever it comes, the pure nature, the pure form of life, we have to accept. And if we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, if we don't follow brotherhood and if we don't practice mutual understanding and if we don't do self-introspection, then what will happen at the end? If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, perhaps if you don't follow what is said, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. So what will happen? The entire planet will die. But how will the planet die? Many of you are science students, even though you are from commerce, you can easily understand what I'm trying to say. America has around 200 nuclear weapons. Russia has more than 150 nuclear weapons. There are 6 or 7 countries on planet Earth which are nuclear equipped. If all these countries, if they try to go on a war and if they release their nuclear weapons, then this planet Earth can be bombarded more than 100 times to destroy the planet Earth. So he suggests us not to do anything, means he suggests those people who are involved in war, those people who are involved in reckless causing damage to environment, and those people who are earning money without understanding about other people's suffering and problems. Only what will happen? Ultimately, the planet Earth will become die, and then this Earth will not remain as a place for suitable for life. Perhaps if we don't follow and if we neglect what poet says and if we don't follow brotherhood and if we don't understand and if we don't do self-introspection, then what will happen? Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. See, earth also knows how to recover from this kind of illness and how to recover and how to recover from the damage caused by the human beings. So earth may teach lesson to human beings to stop these things in form of maybe earthquakes or in form of volcano eruptions or maybe in any other form which nature can reveal its real, we call power, all those things. So he said that let us understand these things in a right scenario, in a right spirit, so that Earth will not teach us a lesson, or Earth will definitely teach human beings all these things. Now he says at the end again, now I'll count up to 12 and keep you quiet and I will go. He says that whatever he said, you will definitely follow, and now it is for him to leave this place because he believes that you will all understood this poem and you will follow this and you will not hurt other people emotions, other people feelings, and you will do self-introspection and you will develop brotherhood and you will keep this planet Earth as a good place. So this is generally just brief introduction about the poem, Keeping Quiet. Now let me tell you a few more things before I give you a chance to ask questions. This poem is a kind of a philosophical, giving the present and real life situation. One point, the poet wants to highlight that present day human beings have become so greedy, present day human beings have become so selfish that we don't care about others' feelings and emotions. We don't think about others' sufferings and problems. Most of the time, most of us are involved, or most of the time, most of us are thinking only about ourselves, purely selfish, and we don't care how we are actually spoiling the planet Earth, exploiting the resources, and how we are causing damage to this planet Earth. So, according to this poem, human being is very selfish. According to this poem, human being is evil who is causing damage and destruction to this planet Earth, not only to the planet, even to other human beings. So in this poem, poet suggests us to stop doing all these things. Don't become too greedy, don't become too selfish. You have to understand others' feelings also, and you have to do self-introspection so that you can make others' lives also happy, and ultimately we all can survive on this planet Earth. So this is about the poem Keeping Quiet. And one more thing here he says, he doesn't want to have a truck with death. In during World War, so many people, soldiers were killed during World War, and they were brought during Hitler time. They were brought in trucks and they were buried. A common burial was given to all those things. So he was referring to that particular incident. So this is about the poem Keeping Quiet from my side.